Hello, my name is Marco Zamora, and today we're going to be talking about what to buy at IKEA. On my channel, I talk about interior design tips, home decor, and I also post a lot of makeovers of my beautiful apartment in LA. IKEA can be a lot. Don't get me wrong, it can be fun, but it can also be a lot. It can feel like a corn maze with kids running around playing hide and seek everywhere, and don't even think about taking one of those shortcuts because you're just gonna disorient yourself and get even more lost. Anyways, put in conclusion, IKEA's a lot. So I wanna make it as easy as possible. I decided to go through their entire website of 2,000 plus products and give you my recommendations of products that you should steer away from and products that you need to buy for your house right now. It's gonna be a fun little this, not that moment. All right, with that, it's time to dig in. And we're gonna start off with one of my favorite categories, and honestly, probably one of the most important categories in your home, which is lighting. So we're starting strong with the instead of buying this category. So this Lauder's lamp and this Arsted lamp are one of the most popular lights to buy on IKEA's website. However, when looking at them, I see the design language that they're going for, like with the Lauders, it's a little mid-century. I feel like it's just not nailing it, so I would recommend skipping these two items, and instead I would recommend the Talbin lamp. This lamp is designed beautifully. I bought one, loved it so much that I went back and bought another. The glass is hand blown. It's very sturdy, so you can tell it's like a good high quality lamp, and the light that it produces is very beautiful. I actually have one of them right here for the spirit of this IKEA video. Another dust lamp that I would recommend is the Forza lamp. This one really caught my attention because recently I bought the most beautiful chrome standing lamp that is actually vintage IKEA. Kind of has that retro vintage task lamp design to it, which is so classic and is not going to be going out of style anytime soon. Another lamp which I actually recently bought is the Ypperlig. This Ypperlig lamp is so cool. I feel like it's such a modern design, yet because the lines are so delicate, it can really work in any space. It kind of reminded me of this green lamp that I saw on Pinterest that I was just in love with, like the little swivel swoop. I might experiment with the lamps that I bought and actually spray paint it, either green or red or some cool color to elevate it. One cool way that I discovered to have it on is to actually turn it against a wall, and it creates this really cool like sunset effect. All right, up next are beds. I feel like this is a question that I get asked the most by my followers is, Marco, what bed should I buy? And I've got some answers for you guys. I'm sure you've all seen the Malm bed, and I'm sure that you've seen it in this white finish and this black finish. While I think the design and shape is actually quite good, I do not like those colors, especially for this bed. And those are the ones that we typically see people buying, the white bed or the black bed. I feel like these two finishes read off a little cheap, but I totally recommend this oak veneer. So when the Malm bed is in this color, it reminds me of the Floyd bed, which is such a beautifully designed bed. It's very minimal. It isn't doing too much, which in reality is kind of what a bed should do. It shouldn't like steal the show in any means. Definitely recommend the Malm, but in the oak finish. Okay, but when I saw this bed, I literally almost got in my car and drove to IKEA to go buy it. I love this bed. The metallic finish, I feel like it's so minimalist and effortless. It just offers a different material from like a classic wood bed. Typically in rooms, there's already a lot of wood happening, especially, you know, if you have two wooden nightstands and a dresser and your floors are wood. Sometimes it's just too much wood. This is a great bed frame to kind of switch things up, and it has like really good reviews. All right, now we're going to talk about light pendant. So I have seen this he's being a bad boy. I have seen this Taupe red lamp pendant on Instagram so many times. I don't like it. I feel like it looks like a basket that got turned into like a light fixture, and I feel like it's trying to go for like a very like rustic organic design, kind of like wabi-sabi, but you can tell that it's from IKEA and everyone is adding it and putting it on top of their kitchen islands. I feel like it's a pass for me. But what I would buy instead is the Dejsa lamp. It's just such a classic design and you can't go wrong with it. I would totally buy this and put this on top of a dining table. All right, up next are rugs. I'm gonna be honest with you, rugs are hard, okay? But one thing that you should avoid are the rugs from IKEA that have very bold graphics. One example is Hillstead. I feel like I have seen so many homes with rugs that look like this, and the problem is that you see it and it automatically screams IKEA. So I would recommend staying away from something that's so graphic. Instead, I would go with a rug that's a lot more simple, neutral, and really is a lot more subtle. So one example that I really love is the Lohals rug. I feel like you can never go wrong with a jute rug. I think it looks great with any type of furniture that you have. Definitely recommend that. If you don't want to go with a jute rug, I would just go for a rug that's one color. I think with rugs at IKEA, my tip is to just keep it simple. Up next, we're gonna talk about shelving, which is also a very important part of your home that a lot of people sometimes forget. So with that said, I feel like this is kind of contrary to popular belief, but I do not recommend the Billy bookcase, especially when the Billy bookcase is in this white finish and it's this size. I also do not recommend this Kallax shelf unit here in the color white, black, really any of them. But instead, what I would recommend is this Billy bookcase, okay? I'm not saying get rid of Billy. No, you can still buy the Billy bookcase, but I would recommend doing the birch veneer and also doing the bookcase that's a little bit more narrow. If you want more shelving, then you can just buy multiple of these. But I like this design more because it isn't what you see in everyone's house, right? The white Billy bookcase that is copied and pasted in every home. This is different, but captures the same kind of energy. All right, this next shelving option, I am obsessed with. I literally want to do it in one of these rooms of my apartment. It is the Boaxel shelving unit. This shelving is technically for closets. Or you think I'm crazy? Let me show you some inspo pictures real quick. I feel like with this shelving, you can really make an impact. So stay tuned because I'm thinking of doing it in one of my rooms. I'll let you know how it goes and how it looks. All right, next category is chairs. If you know me, you know that I am a sucker for a good chair. So instead of buying a chair like the Stefan chair, which, you know, is very like classic and traditional, I would go for a chair like Sigtrig. So this chair is really cool. I've been seeing this design style on Pinterest and I love it. It's like such a vintage design, but the pairing of like the birch and the chrome legs is just beautiful. Definitely recommend these for dining chairs. Another chair that I found that I love is the Lisabo chair. It comes in two colors, so they have it in an ash color as well as a black color. I personally like the black color, but I think both are good. I just love how dark it is. I love all the lines. Definitely recommend these chairs. Then for a fun little bonus, I really love this stool. It's called Kyrie. Price is honestly pretty good, $24 for a stool. I love the birch finish. As you know, I'm a sucker for that finish. If you're just looking for a place to put a little stool, or even if you want to use it as like a plant stand, this is a good one. All right, up next, we're going to talk about media consoles. I feel like media consoles are one of those things that everyone needs. They're oftentimes a bit of an eyesore, but you kind of need it. So I'm going to give you my recommendation of what I would buy. So instead of buying a media console like the Vihal, you know, which sits on the ground, all of the storage is kind of exposed, visually creates a lot of clutter. So instead, I would go for the Vesta. This TV console is so classic. I feel like it's really popular and for good reason. What I love about this TV console is that you can mount it onto your wall. One of the best tricks in interior design to make a space feel more open is to actually mount things on a wall. Because it's not sitting on the floor, it kind of doesn't take up any floor space. So it kind of tricks your mind into thinking that there isn't something there, and it just makes the space feel a lot less cluttered. I also love how this TV unit is fully closed in the front. And in reality, with like a TV console, you kind of just want it to disappear. You know, it's more of like a functional piece. And for colors, I actually really like the white unit. What's really cool about the Vesta too is that you can kind of customize the doors that come on the front. But personally, I would just go for the white unit. I feel like it kind of disappears on your walls. And if you don't want to go with white, I would just go with like a darker wood. Up next, we're gonna talk about mirrors. Mirrors are one of interior designers' best tricks. They can make a space feel more open. They can reflect and bounce light into a room that's a little bit darker, and it just really makes the space feel a lot bigger. So do not cheap out on your mirrors. With that said, instead of going for the Nisettle, which looks like one of those dorm mirrors that we all had that made us all warped and looking crazy, I recommend going for the Hovet mirror. This mirror is such a staple and 100% worth the money. I bought a Hovet mirror probably like 7 years ago now, which is crazy, and I love it. I am never gonna get rid of it. It works with any design style that you have. It's very big, so it's great for when you're like changing, selfie pics, all of it. Definitely do not skip out on the Hovet mirror. Okay, the next category is curtains. Curtains are like essential for any apartment. Like you literally get your keys and the first thing that you need to buy are curtains because you want your privacy, and curtains, I hate to break it to you, are so expensive for like literally no reason. A piece of fabric. But I'm gonna tell you, IKEA has some of the best curtains at such an affordable price. All right, instead of buying the Moret curtains, which are actually quite a popular item, I would go for the Hanalil curtains. I actually have these curtains in my living room and I love them. For a pair of 2 panels, it's $25. You literally cannot beat that price. I personally love these because they're like light and airy. They allow light to enter the room, yet they still provide you enough privacy at nighttime. I feel like you get the best of both worlds, and trust me, I tried a lot of curtains from IKEA. What I love about these Hanalil curtains is that when you put them on, it kind of gives you like a pleated look, whereas with the other curtains, it almost looks like a shower curtain with those rings. Honestly, not the best look. That's why I say to try and stay away from those. Woo, I'm chasing the sunlight. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as I have a lot of upcoming projects and really good content ideas. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I post almost every day on there. Product recommendations, interior design tips, and also a little bit of my daily life. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.